Mr. Newton?
Are you enjoying the festival, Herr Einstein?
Of course, very much. Very much.
Yeah, I've had a few good moments, but I'd like to bring some more gravity to bear upon the situation.
I'm afraid that is not terribly funny.
Copper in the penny, and it builds a copper oxide layer on the top, so I dip it in acid and just in water to get the acid off, so the penny looks clean after that. Then I dip it into, or like I boil it in a solution of zinc chloride and zinc, and it stays in there for about 5 minutes with and it has to be boiling. And what happens in there is the copper penny gets coated with the zinc layer, so if you take it out of there in 5 minutes, it's gonna look like this. And what has happened there is a layer of zinc got onto the copper that is in the penny. And what you can do with this, in principle, very easily, is you just melt that zinc into the copper of the penny, so it forms brass, and the brass looks golden. As you can see on the 3 pennies, there's the normal penny, and the second one is silver plated, and the third one then is burned. And it takes about a minute in here to burn. Not to burn, to melt into that surface layer, and then you get a nice golden penny out of it.
Yeah, so normally you have to put it in the freezer and leave it for a few hours, but this liquid nitrogen is almost minus 200 degrees Celsius. It's really cold, so it can freeze them really fast.
Yeah, I can open that. Which color is it? It's pink and orange.
There, in the little bottle, just enough so that, you know, it just barely floats. If you squeeze the bottle, pressure will increase, which means that the volume of air inside the little bubble will go down just because you're squeezing it and pushing the air together. So, and there's like a principle, Archimedes' principle, that determines what floats and not, and it's dependent on how much water you displace. So if the air is smaller, there's less water displaced, and it just sinks.
Well, I'll show that later. This is the superconductor here, and I'm cooling this in liquid nitrogen. And once it stops boiling, I know that it's cold enough, so I can put this gently on the track and give it a small push, and it will just float around the track. Except it's not really level, so it's coming back.
But then see what happens is it heats up in the air, and it stops being a superconductor, and it falls.
So once this is cold enough, we can take this off, and now we have the little train.
You can push it, and it's just floating. There's nothing under